morning, everyone. This is our backyard. It actually looks super cute when you look at it like that. It's probably 20 feet by 12 feet. And it's our cute little outdoor space. And I'm so grateful to have it because I know it's really tough to get an apartment with outdoor space in LA, but it's gotten a little junky. And I think I was a bit optimistic when we moved in. I thought we could have a garden bed and a tower garden, but there's two things working against us. One, we have these massive ficus trees here and we rent, so we're kind of stuck with them. And trimming them is like super expensive. Anyways, these ficus trees just hog a lot of the sun. So it is difficult to have a garden bed, at least where I put it. And secondly, there are rats in LA, which I know is super gnarly. It's our reality. So I'm giving our backyard a little makeover love. This is where I shoot all my food for thought videos that you probably see on Instagram or TikTok. That's our tower garden. I let it die because the cold and the rats. So I'm gonna give that some love. I'm gonna break down the garden bed. I'm gonna buy new plugs for our tower garden so we can get some herbs and greens going for spring. So let me get a good clear before, and then I'll show you after. Okay, before. Garden bed, that's our live Christmas tree. I need to take that back up to the mountains. Tower garden, that's Brooks's ice bath. We got kind of like leaves everywhere. Those are our wetsuits. Those are my worms. Before, and probably in an hour or two, it's gonna be looking good. Let's get to work. Okay, step one, we kind of have this like dirt area around the paved part, and it's got a bunch of dead leaves, which is like gold for the compost because sometimes I run out of brown material to put in with my wet material. So I'm gonna scrape up those leaves, use it for the compost, and then my thought is that I will put the garden bed dirt along the perimeter there. I might need to start a list. That was the jalapeno plant. Look at all those roots. We're gonna give this thing some good loving today. Look, that was the broccoli, but the rats got to it. Ooh, this is what happens when you don't take care of your tower garden. Oh yeah, all the little pods. Yikes. I might just take it all apart and spray it down. I think that's the right thing to do. Okay, now I'm gonna take the, hello plane. Okay, now I'm gonna take the top layer off the garden bed. It's like the dry, dead stuff. I'll use it for compost, but I'm not gonna put it in the dirt section. What would you even call this? My dirt perimeter. This part's gonna suck. Y'all, it was so much work to set this garden bed up, and I feel terrible that I'm breaking it down. But now I'm gonna put all the good soil from the garden bed into these buckets and put it in my little dirt perimeter. It's kind of a disaster back here, but you know the saying, it's gonna get worse before it gets better. And I'll probably step on it and press it down when I'm not wearing my nice white running shoes. Okay, I got a lot of it out, but now I think I'm going to pick up the bed, and there's gonna be a bunch of dirt that comes out, but I can scoop that up a little bit easier. And then I have a bunch of sticks and stuff like this at the bottom, and I'm gonna have to take those out to compost too. Let's move this. That's a bunch of dirt now. Remember what I said about it getting worse before it gets better? I think this might be close to as worse as it's gonna get. Final stretch. I can't believe I freaking broke that garden bed down. Almost done. Okay, now I'm gonna tackle the tower garden. This poor thing. In case you don't know how these things work, they're super cool. So they're a 13-gallon tank at the bottom, and then every 12 minutes it cycles the water through. And being a renter in LA with difficulty having an outdoor garden space, it makes it very easy. And especially in a place like California where we're in a drought, this saves a bunch of water. So it does require electricity, but we're so lucky in Santa Monica that a lot of our electricity comes from renewable sources to begin with. But I've neglected it for quite a while. I think I'm gonna take it apart. There's like roots that have grown on the inside, and I'm going to give it a nice spray down and change out the water, and then order some new plugs of herbs and greens and things like that so we can start growing our own herbs and greens. So as you can see, it's pretty gnarly right now. I've been so there are these like 2 rods here, and these kind of like zigzag stack on top of each other, but let's see if you can see some of the roots growing inside. See all the roots? I'm gonna give her a nice clean down. This is the little water spigot part. Ooh, gnarly. Neglect. Oh. Okay, here's that 13-gallon tank I was telling you about. Gnarly. Okay, let's clean this thing out. Now that I've officially made a massive mess, let's put it back together. Just a series of thumbs ups. Okay, that's where the garden bed used to be. I need this to dry a bit before I can do much else. That's where I put the extra dirt. There's our Christmas tree. I need to still break this thing down. I washed our little mats. Did some repairs. Progress, she told herself. Okay, fast forward a few days and they're here. These are the Tower Garden seedlings, and now that our Tower Garden is empty and she got a little clean up, she's kind of clean, we're gonna plant these. I got parsley, basil, chives, sage, mint, cilantro, arugula, cabbage, radicchio, kale, 2 different kinds of kale, spinach, and watercress. They come with these little like canister things. Put it in the canister and we install it in the Tower Garden. So let's do that. This is what it looks like when it comes. I get them from this place called True Garden in Arizona. I know it feels a little silly to ship them, but I think that theirs are the best quality that I've gotten. Wow. So they are coded by alphabet. You see A, B, C, D, E. And then on the sheet here, they show you what it is. So like cabbage, what does that say? Cabbage, radicchio, arugula, kale. So then you can design how you want to plant them. So maybe herbs towards the top and greens towards the bottom. Okay, and these are the little canisters that you put the seedlings in so the water can go through it, and then the seedling just drops in. Now we know which plant is which, and so we can design how we want to put them in the Tower Garden. I typically do the smaller ones at the top and then the bigger ones at the bottom so they're not competing for space. Oh, welcome to your new home, seedlings. How cute these little things are in the pod. Other kale, let's put it down here. And I'm gonna try to avoid putting anything in the back because the sun only really hits here. Although the best thing about the Tower Garden is that you can turn it. It's on wheels, so you can turn it as you need to get more sun. The good thing is the pests don't like basil. That's good. Parsley, you look big, so I'm gonna put you towards the bottom because you're already, like, look how big this seedling is. Okay, Tower Garden. I'll report back in 30 days and show you how pumping she is. Okay, there she is. We got herbs, parsley, greens, kale, radicchio, chives. My hope and prayer is that the pests don't get to it. No tomatoes, no fruit, nothing with seeds, no cauliflower or broccoli. Last time they went crazy over that stuff. I moved the ice bath over here. Need to clean that thing out, but we're making progress. Look, that used to be a garden bed and now it's our ice bath. But I still have to break this thing down. All right, we got the Tower Garden water fountain going. And the last big thing to do is to break down this garden bed. Breaking my heart, breaking down the garden bed, but it's gotta be done. I have faith that we will have the right space. But I remember what Stephanie from the So Collective said, that you can't force it. Sometimes Mama Earth is like, not here. And we're making do with what we have. Let's break this baby down. Okay, I know a lot of you are probably very curious about this ice bath. And all it really is a deep freezer. And Brooks put caulking on the inside to seal it up. And then we filled it with water, and it's on a timer system, so it doesn't freeze solid. Let's check the temp. That looks like 35 to me. That's very, very, very cold. But I'm training for the LA Marathon right now, and we just had a really long run this morning, and so this is actually gonna feel really, really good. I've had one ice bath that actually lasted 3 minutes long, and it was with a coach, and it was in a really nice ice bath, like this bougie fancy thing, Venice Plunge Club. This 35 degrees is very, very, very cold. So my goal is to make it 30 seconds. Give the legs a little shock post-run. 30 seconds. Oh my God, it's frozen at the bottom, Brooks. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't do it. I literally can't do it. Nope, that's way too cold. It's supposed to be like 48.
Says who?
The cold plunge people. Nope, you try.
Okay, just breathe, just breathe, just breathe.
That's it. I'm proud of myself. I went back in. Okay, and here it is after. Wow, so much better. Moved our little tree, broke down the garden. We got our tower garden with new seedlings. Wow. And today's Valentine's Day, so I thought it'd be really cute if I set the table in the backyard for a little homey dinner. I think we're gonna make pizzas. And I just got this awesome new runner from Mexico for Christmas. And so I think I'm gonna set the table really cute and turn on our string lights and maybe even go get some firewood, and we can have a little outdoor fire and just seal the hard work that it was of beautifying the backyard. Thrifted all these cool candlesticks. What a sweet little vibe. The table. How cute. A little setup for dinner. All right, got firewood for later. Oh, this sweet little hosting area now. Looks much better.